Is the sickest feeling that you could experience, to not know if your child is alive or not, and to fear that they may not be.
New at 10 tonight and only on 5 News. We are hearing from 2 River Valley residents who were at that Travis Scott Astroworld concert in Houston this weekend. That concert ended with 8 people dying in a crowd surge. 5 News reporter Michael Wilson is in Fort Smith, spoke with a father and son who say they are mortified.
Hey, good evening to you, Darren. Now, the family says they are glad to be back here, and the natural statement says they are still scarred from the incident. Friday in Houston described as pure chaos, leaving 8 dead and many injured. Among that crowd, father and son Dan and Brayden Smith.
It was just an atmosphere of everyone panicking because there were so many people crammed into the pit.
He has attended 4 Travis Scott concerts in the past, but says that none were like this.
The atmosphere when we got there was unsettling.
As crowds broke the gates and attempted to rush the stage, something Scott encouraged doing while in Rogers at the Walmart Amp in 2017.
If you want to get in this pit, this is your last chance right now. Whoa, who they call?
We're just getting trampled, and people beside me and behind me were passing out and then dropping to the floor, and then that space that they had would be pushed in, so I didn't see them after that.
But what he did see were lifeless bodies.
People were turning black and blue in the face, like they were on the ground because they couldn't breathe.
His father, Dan, a distance away from Brayden towards the back of the crowd, and when Dan heard of possible deaths.
I was panicked, and I felt that there was a good chance that he was one of the ones that were down.
But then he received a call from his son.
It was just a huge relief to hear his voice and to know that he was okay.
Saying God's hands were on them that night.
Something out of like a horror movie, just seeing all the lifeless bodies being passed into security.
Right now, Houston police are investigating, looking at videos, interviewing witnesses, and checking reports of someone being injected with drugs during the incident.
We do have a report of a security officer that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his.
Scott released a video statement reflecting on the incident.
Anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need.
Now he says he'll do what he can to help the victims' families. In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Michael Wilson, 5 News.
The Smiths left Houston a day early and say they're glad to be alive and back home in Fort Smith, but say they're experiencing guilt since some did not make it home from that concert over the weekend. Well, tonight, a steady stream of mourners continuing to grow a memorial outside of a park where the festival was held. Youngest victim was 14-year-old John Hilger. Not all the victims have been identified so far, although the ages of all the victims have been released, ranging from 14 years of age up to 27. Authorities say all but one person who died was from the Houston area.